students. Welcome to the day 4 of Geography chapter number 2, Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. In this particular chapter, whatever the names the written over here are the natural resources and our life either in this way or another way depends upon all such type of resources. These type of resources we are using in our daily life either in this way or another way. So this chapter tells us about the various uses of such type of natural resources as well as the conservation of these resources. So in the continuation of this chapter, today we are going to understand in detail about the natural vegetation. I hope you must have studied in your previous classes and little bit idea came in your mind would come in your mind that what is the natural vegetation. I hope the idea will be coming in your mind. Let us start with our today's topic in the context of natural vegetation. Today we are going to read about meaning of natural vegetation, what are the different types of natural vegetation, what is ecosystem in this context, how the natural vegetation is useful to us. Then we will study about the forest, and in the forest we will mainly do about the difference between two main type of forest, that is the evergreen forest and the deciduous forest. And also in the while doing the particular topic I will tell you about the forest fire, which is the major threat to the forest nowadays. Then last topic of the day is conservation of natural vegetation, how we can conserve the natural vegetation through the various ways. Now let us start with our first topic, what is natural vegetation. Natural vegetation is when the plant communities grow or develop without the interference of the human beings, without any interference of human beings. That is the ever simple definition of natural vegetation. The plant communities which grow itself without any interference of the human beings is called natural vegetation. It is very much important in our life. What is the importance of natural vegetation? See, it is very useful for the human beings because indirectly plants are there, plants comes under the natural vegetation. And plants, what plants provide us? Yes, plants gives us oxygen. Plants or the trees also give us daily items of daily use. For example, items of daily use like paper, then food items, like cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, etc. we are getting from the plants and the trees. Natural vegetation also helps preventing soil erosion. It prevents soil erosion as well, right? Moreover, if you notice that where are the tribal people living? Yes, it is the habitat of the tribal communities. Natural vegetation, it's their habitat, right? And it is also the habitat of wildlife as well. So this what we have done, the importance of natural vegetation. Oxygen we are getting from the plants, we are getting daily use items, we are getting food items, cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits. It prevents from the soil erosion as well. Then it is the home of the tribal communities and habitat of the wildlife as well, right? So what are the factors affecting natural vegetation? What are the factors affecting natural vegetations? See, natural vegetation refers to the original vegetation of an area growing without any human interference. This I have told to you earlier also. The growth of natural vegetation depends upon climatic factor, such as when we talk about the climatic factors, we are mainly concerned with the temperature and moisture, right? So this is one of the major factor of upon which the natural vegetation depends. Then is it also depends upon relief of the land, right? Now you would be thinking, what is the meaning of relief over here? Relief means the altitude as well as the slope of the land, right? It depends upon the altitude and slope of the land, the type of natural vegetation may grow over there, right? If altitude is lower, then different type of vegetation will be found there. And if there are steep slopes, then this you notice if you have ever gone to the mountainous area, the kind of trees which grow over there are quite different due to the slope as compared to the trees which are growing in the plain area. So relief includes the altitude as well as the slope of the land, and again depending upon this the type of vegetation is found in that particular area. And third one factor we can say that the human factor. Human factor means up to what extent the particular area is developed due to the human activities. If the area is well developed due to the human activities, natural vegetation will be less. And if due to the human factors, if the area is less developed, then naturally natural vegetation will be found more in that particular region, right? So our next topic is classification of natural vegetation. See, if you have studied in class 7, so you must be remember that the natural vegetation is classified in broadly into three categories: forests, then comes our grasslands, then comes shrubs, right? So what are the forest? See, in this particular chapter, as a classification of the natural vegetation, we are not going to go very deep as far as these topics are concerned. The classification of natural vegetation is concerned. We will mainly do the meaning of the type of natural vegetation, and in detail we will study about the two type of forest: evergreen forest as well as the deciduous forest, right? And related to this topic, I will also tell you about the forest fire, because nowadays it is a very burning topic in front of us, and due to the forest fire, uh, many type of damages is being done with the environment. So I will discuss with you about the forest fire as well, which is again one of the question in the assignment booklet, right? So what are the forest? Forest can be described as the clusters of the trees growing very closely together, right? Sometimes the tree grows so close together that their tops form a canopy. So their top form a canopy, and which do not allow the sunlight to enter and touch the ground, right? And this type of forest grow in the hot and humid climate and are not found in very cold regions. They can be divided broadly into two types: evergreen forest, deciduous forest. So what can be the difference between what is the meaning of evergreen forest and what is the meaning of deciduous forest? I will tell you in a very simple manner in the form of difference. Evergreen forest, as the name itself indicating, they remain evergreen, and they do not shed leaves altogether. That is why they remain evergreen throughout the year, right? And this type of trees, deciduous forest, they shed the leaves